It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And our focus...
Lucky Week 13 is underway. Everyone hoping for some good fortune as we enter the home stretch. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So here's their offense, taking over for the first time here. And leading them out, a rare breed in the NFL, their lefty QB.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, well, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
They go play action on first. Brought in right side. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And things look tougher now with third and long. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that brings up fourth and long. They'll bring out the punter here. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. Fair catch called for, and he's got it right near the 30-yard line. So here comes their offense for its opening drive. And leading them out in his 6th season in the league now is their quarterback.
A win is a win for him, whether he goes for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, Kate, or maybe he just finds the end zone once like last week. And being the team-first guy he is, he'd be more than happy to end the game with just 1 touchdown pass, or maybe even no touchdown passes, so long as they get the win in the end.
That play good for 17 and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. First and 10, looking to throw. That's completed right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 35 out of that one. And that'll be a first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's first down. Working inside the red zone. He's going to tuck it and run. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up first and goal.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
First and goal. They'll try an option to the left. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to hold him down near the line. So from the 3, here's second and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up third and goal. Trying to get it with the option. And he's in for the touchdown. These guys have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Well, we all knew somebody was running with it there, and when the defender started flowing towards the back, he made the right call that he would be the one to run it in.
Yeah, he sure did. I think if he hands that off, this play does not end in a touchdown, but in a collision for his running back.
Yeah.
So not only is that running back thanking his quarterback, the rest of the guys are celebrating for that decision.
That one splits the uprights. And these guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Following the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition has in store. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here comes this offense for its second series of the game. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3-and-out to begin this game. Play action on first down. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll give him a first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll run here on first down. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
There's no negatives ever on the grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Throwing the out route complete. And he gets it down to the 35 before stepping out. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first. They're set up at the 35 now. On first down, they'll run. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Out to his wideout, it's a screen. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
And somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get
pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. The home teams and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And that touchdown to begin the game, another for him with his legs this season. As you see, he's among the scoring leaders for quarterbacks. Ball at the 33 for first down. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And they're going to have a first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Pass play on 1st and 10. It's on the turf. The ball's out. He lost it. It's picked up by the defense. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security's at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
The offense getting set to go. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. All right, so we all know what we're looking for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no ball. Perfect timing to blitz the corner, and the result proves it. There was barely time for the QB to set himself up to throw, let alone look downfield for a target before he was absolutely decked by somebody who I think enjoyed that chance to rush the passer.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. He's got it deep downfield. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play, yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw. He gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And his guys drive their lead to 11. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The visitors ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Completed to his running back. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And he's down after getting this up to the 41. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. It's a 2-score game early. Back in a moment with more of the NFL on EA Sports. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter 2. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Here's a throw. Dump off caught by his back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. Caught out left.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one. Kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. Looking right, and he finds him. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
You get to that money down, that 3rd down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. No return on that punt. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Short pass brought in. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
To the air, 3rd and long. He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. punt team on the field. And this will come from just inside his end zone. He punted 3 times in the win last week, and this one is away. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. Back out runs their offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. To throw it on first down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise, you deliver, and that's exactly what they did, wasting no time in getting that sack.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another try following the sack. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Forced out to his right. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And he'll try to hit this one well. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it'll be their football. So to begin this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But of course we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field in more than a second or two.
And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Let's see what they went with on third down. Looking for a throw here. Pressure's on him, and it gets home. He's dropped. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up fourth down.
Yeah, this is one of the occasions, Kate, where this defense got to just keep chopping wood. Keep chopping wood. I know they're a little more careful about actually having axes in locker rooms anymore after injuries, but the mantra is the same. You can't look at the scoreboard nor worry about what your offense is doing. You got to keep punishing your opponent.
So out now comes the punter. From his end zone, he gets the kick away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And they're going to take over with some excellent field position. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. Second down coming up. Plowing up the middle. And they stop him after a good run that takes him down inside the 40. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. They give it to him again. And he's brought down for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
So on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal attempt. You better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He missed misses it. And it stays a two-possession game at an 11-point margin.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Here comes their offense out again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Back-to-back carries here. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. Ooh, the hard count worked. Somebody jumped. I think this is going to give them the first. Well, it's not a long walk to the new spot, but it is a disappointing one to make. Instead of 3rd down, they're now defending 1st and 10. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10. They're going play action. Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. From the red zone now. And it's caught. Touchdown! These guys both racing them to the halftime locker room. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yeah.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
The kicking unit comes out for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And these guys push their lead to 18. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Starting from the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now this offense ready to head back out. They could only set up a lengthy field goal attempt their last possession, Brock, so some room to improve in how far they can advance the football here. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down. He'll throw it. Complete out to the right side. And he'll get it up to the 27. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. 3rd and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 4th and long. Punting unit out now. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he'll have this fair catch right along the 25. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. Throwing from the gun here. Completed over the middle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
It's a gain of 4 there, and that'll give him a 1st down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Timeout taken by the offense. They're second. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 43. Dumped off to his running back. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
He signals for the fair catch and brings it in. So no return on that punt. And hardly any time remaining for them in this game. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. We're at halftime here on Monday night. Now we'll toss things to Jonathan Coachman in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone. This is the EA Sports Halftime Report. So let's get you caught up on what's going on.
Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the 3rd quarter. This return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. They get to him and bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That's now a handful of sacks for the defense and a handful of bruises for the quarterback. Consider this, Kate. Truly elite defenses in this league, well, they average just over 3 sacks a game during an entire season. You put up 5 in a contest, you're playing like one of the league's best.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Trying again, following the sack. Flushed it, and they get to him again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down.
One thing you learn about NFL halftimes, Kate, is they're a lot quicker than the college game. You got to make your adjustments in a hurry, and boy, has this defense. Back-to-back sacks, setting up what could be a very quick 3 and out, and an early boost in the 2nd half.
He lofts it deep left. Big gain downfield. And that is a touchdown. These guys grow the lead coming out of halftime. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play. And
you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Now they'll try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And his guys grow their lead yet again. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Another drive coming up for this offense. This has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this 2nd half. Here's the handoff. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Throw left side, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Back to throw. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And that's incomplete. He's going to wish he hung on to that pick there, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but and it's been a joy to watch.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity. They'll run now on 2nd down. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And they'll have 1st down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 48. Dumps it off to his running back.
That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it. Because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle. Or in this case, run him right out of bounds.
And they stand him up. No breaking through, and the defense holds.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
On now comes their punter. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. Now outruns their offense to take over. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Throwing now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Buys time, roll. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Now looking to throw. Dialing up a receiver screen. Still going through the 25. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Shot to the left. Cup. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Hits his running back. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. There he goes, right sideline. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock, to have somebody in position for pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
That one right down the middle. And these guys continue piling onto this lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. His return starts at the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The offense headed back to the field. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Great defensive effort to reject that one. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense has made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's been a great time at the stadium for this crowd. Their side has turned this into a blowout as we start the 4th. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they're staring at 4th and long. They'll send out the punting unit. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. And that fair catch corralled just beyond the 25-yard line. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pass play now. That one's complete right side. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Here's 2nd and 14. Complete out to the right. Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's throwing deep to the left side. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Pushes it toward the sideline, and he has it. Feet are inbounds. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? And gets him the first on 4th down.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Throwing it again here. Catch made over the middle. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st. 2nd and 3 now. They are throwing it again. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Chased out to his right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem? Defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Desperation time here on 4th. Pushes this one towards the sideline. He's got it, and the feet are in bounds too. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this. Well, a roar from the crowd as they saw the replay on the big screen, and they will indeed get a challenge. Well, we're going to see how much of a sideline maven he is, Brock. This one very close, whether he got the feet down or not.
And I'm so impressed by all these mavens because you've got to make that transition from college where 1 foot, you're good.
Yep.
But not at this level. You've got to be a ballerina. You've got to get those toes both in, and the replay booth will be the judge of it.
Well, that didn't break out how they thought it would, and they're going to lose the first of their 3 timeouts for their trouble. To throw it on 1st down. Hits him on the out route. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives them the first. Dropping back to throw. Caught quickly on the slant. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. Motioning the tight end now. Working inside the red zone. Catch is made in close. And he will take this in. Touchdown. These guys putting up points in a game decided. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys will trail by 25. Now this offense getting set to work here. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate, right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. They get 2 yards on the run. It's 4th down. Their punter making his way out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Fair catch called for and made at the 35-yard line. This offense getting all set for this series. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They'll come out throwing. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Setting up a throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll give them a 1st down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 39. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Completed to his running back. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We've reached the 2-minute warning. These guys trying to make it look a little nicer on that scoreboard. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Along the right sideline, there's space. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one right down the middle. And these guys continue adding on to that lead. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air, following the pick six. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it sets up 1st down. Throwing now from the gun. Throwing the out route complete. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. 2nd and 3 now. From the 47. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They're set up.
Win.
2nd and 10 now. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Completed over the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they take not just a victory, but some serious year-long bragging rights home with them after this one as they finish off the sweep of their division rivals.